Hello and welcome to Homer for December 17th, 2024. Hektor dai nonakos, pikase prenas he niokoio, ton mentepe deiase, kaiach numenos per hetairu, ke brionen dekeleusen, adelpeon enguseonta, hippon he nihalein, horaru capite senacusas, autos dec diproio, kamai tore pamphanoontos, smerdeleia iacon, Hodeker radion lebekeri, beditus teucru, palendete tu mosanoge, toiome paretres, ex heleto picron oiston, tec depi neurei, ton daucurutaiulos Hektor, aura uron taparomon, hoti cleis apoerge, alcenetes de doste, malista de caeri honesti, Terapi hoi memota, balen litoiocri oenti, rexere hoi neuren, narcesere cerepi carpoi, stede gnuxeri pontoxon de hoi ecpeseceiros. Okay, fantastic. So Hector was harboring a sharp pain in his chest. Pukase, yeah, so he was holding it in his chest like that. But nonetheless, he Tonmen, but thus after that, he let him lie there, his dead charioteer, while still suffering for his comrade. And he called to his brother, Cebriones, who was nearby, to take the reins of the horses. And his brother was not persuaded to do such a thing, so he did it. So he jumped up from the ground, from what is this? Yeah, from the chariot board, right? He let out a great shout, because he is very bright, shining, pamphanoontos. He's being very ostentatious, and he took a rock from the ground. He took a kermadion, I believe this is large stone, a boulder, and he went straight for Teucer. He went straight there, and he was minded in his spirit to cast it against him. And at this very moment, Teucer, from his quiver, let a sharp arrow fly, he was grabbing it from his quiver, and he was putting it on the bowstring. But at this moment, Hector, shining helmeted Hector, struck him, pulled him, drew back, at his shoulder, and this is where, I think this is, just struck his shoulder, and this is where, there's the workings of, so this is where it is worked, the neck and the chest together. This is a very deadly place. Maliste de kairi honesti. So this is where it's very, Kairos is very opportune. It's a very great place to strike. What is this? So this very sharp rock, he cast it against him, intending to hit him. Anyway, so the bowstring was broken, right? It was bent back. It was broke asunder, right? And it fell from his hand onto the, I think this is ground, but I don't know. I think it's supposed to be ground. I don't know. Well, maybe it's wrist, or it fell from his hand to his wrist. I don't know. Anyway, so. And then he stood on his knees, which were it's not going too well, right? He's kind of thrown to his knees, I guess, I don't know why this is loading. That's okay. The bow fell from his hand. The bow fell from his hand. Okay, so why is this important? Why is this a cool passage? I think it's a cool passage because Hector casts a stone. First of all, he recruits his brother, another brother who you're he said this before. Right? He said this before about his brothers who are running his chariot, and they all end up dying. It sucks to be a Hector charioteer, so you're a little afraid because we've seen these exact two lines before. But then, he casts a stone against Teucer. Teucer is busy, slaying people. And, Teucer has been doing a great job, but this is all one build up to about how, the caster of arrows dies by a stone cast against him. And that's kind of poetic. And it also shows that Hektor is a revengeful person and he wants to avenge his fallen comrades. And that is also very beautiful. And that is why he is pamphlontos. That is why he is very, very wide shining, and that's why he gives out this crazy war cry. Anyway, also interesting, there's like metaphors in here about like how a bow works, which I think is also pretty great. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and have a great day.